Hey, it's Tuesday at 2 here at Circle B Diecast in Concord, North Carolina. So glad you joined us. Steve Post from the Motor Racing Network for our weekly visit here, our weekly check. Coming off a race at New Hampshire, headed to Pocono. It's going to be a big weekend up in the Pocono Mountains. Victor is here, Thomas is here, Matthew is here, and a whole host of others joining us here on the conversation. As you roll on in here live, if you have a question, please type it in there, and we'll gladly chit chat around what you're asking about. Those of you that follow along, we love that you follow along later in the week, and we appreciate you checking this out as well. Really good stuff, and great stuff from New Hampshire. If you're Martin Truex Jr., wow, he had that baby wound up, didn't he, on Monday afternoon up at New Hampshire. It's fascinating because he was really good last year. And then the strategy kind of got upside down on him last year, and he didn't get the win. I was watching or listening on the radio as that race was playing out, and it was just like the strategy's not working against him. The pit stops were fine. Everything was good. So you put Martin Truex Jr. and keep him with that race car toward the front of the field, and it's going to be a matter of the stranglehold will be reapplied. And sure enough, it was. He got back to the lead and got the win. And so MTJ, Martin Truex Jr., picks up the win on Monday. A big win. Third win of the season for Truex. And really cool stuff. So fun stuff for sure. And he has got it rolling, that's for sure. John joins us. Ray joins us. So good to have everyone on there. If you have a question, please offer it up there in the conversation box. Yeah, exactly. So it is great. Fun stuff for sure. And is the Martin Truex Jr. car available? Is that available on? Yes, it's available on pre-order from CircleBDiecast.com. That's www.circlebdiecast.com. Remember, use promo code Postman68. Postman68 for the discount in the shipping. All right, Ray, I'm going to get right into it with you. Okay? Not right into it with you, right into it on your topic. I'll get into it with some people coming up, but not now. Ray, Kevin Harvick, Victory Lane. I'm so with you on that. And here's the problem, man. And this is Stewart-Haas Racing, and yeah, Kevin Harvick, I'm with you on it. But man, they let one get away at New Hampshire where they were pretty good. I mean, you had Harvick and Briscoe end up with top 10 finishes. Not sure what's going on with Ryan Preece. Almirola, quick time, pole winner, looked like he was going to contend, and then that went away. And I just don't know. Now, I like Harvick at Pocono. The problem I have with that, Ray, is that I'm not sure where we're at aerodynamically with the Fords. They made progress. Blaney won Charlotte. But, you know, when you think about it, we've been at a shortest track at Gateway. Then we went road racing at Sonoma. Then we had Nashville. Okay, so Nashville and the Chevrolets won there. Then we did Chicago. Then we did the super speedway-ish Atlanta. Then we did the short track-ish New Hampshire. So, Ray, I'm anxious to see. Kevin is one of the guys I'm really going to be watching this week at Pocono, but I'm just concerned or questioning where the Fords will be on an aerodynamic track, a downforce track. And boy, that's what we have at Pocono. There's some downforce at New Hampshire, at New Hampshire. There's some downforce at Gateway, but it's not critical. It's critical at Pocono, and we'll see. I'm not sure. I think it's anxious. If the Fords are good, then I like Harvick a lot. He is so good at that style of race and that style of racetrack. But I just have the concerns about the Fords are good. But man, Stewart-Haas Racing, what in the wide world of sports is going on over there? Holy cow! And the problem is that at the end of the year they don't have Harvick. And when you look at Eric and Ryan and Chase, boy, I'm telling you what, they've got some work to do over there. Now they've got great people, and I know they're working hard, and I believe they will figure it out. But boy, I would just assume they figure it out sooner rather than later to give us all a little bit more comfort in the Stewart-Haas Racing camp. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with it. Fascinating stuff. We're down to 6 races to go. Design of the new car, they seem to be able to compete with fate. Yeah, Robert, I think you're right. I mean, and they just can't they can't put it all together. And that's what you're saying as well. They fade. Harvick comes on good at the end, but doesn't qualify well. And boy, I'm telling you, it's tough these days. Man, it is tough. There are guys like Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin and, Larson's up there and William Byron's up there all the time. Man, they make it tough if you struggle in short run speed or if you struggle at the end of the race. I don't know. They're just not. I think you're right on that, Robert. I really think you are. And they're just missing something there. Thomas says, I'm still being positive about Chase Elliott making it into the playoffs. I was exceptionally positive 4 weeks ago, Thomas. I'm positive now. Not extremely positive. He's good, and we're going to Pocono, and I think the Chevys are going to be good at Pocono, and he won at Pocono last year, so it could be a moot point. We've got Watkins Glen in here. We've got Super Speedway at Daytona. I mean, and it's Chase Elliott, for God's sake. We're talking short tracks, Michigan, Indianapolis. I think Chase Elliott could win at any of the 6, but he could have won at any of the last 6, too. That's the problem. He could have, what are we at here? We're 20 races into the season, and he could have won at the previous 20, but he didn't. We got 6 to go. I don't know. I'm with you on that, Thomas. I'm with you, but I guess I'm in the I wouldn't be shocked category, but I'm starting to have questions about it. I really am. So I don't know. It is what it is. But Chase Elliott's got some work to do. I'll tell you, Hendrick Motorsports, you got 2 that are living right with William Byron and with Kyle Larson, and 2 that are on the outside with Alex Bowman and with Chase Elliott. I don't know. That's another one. That's another head scratcher. So it's cool. It's cool. All right. Since it's already been posted 2 or 3 times, announcement, Victor's waving the green flag for the Xfinity Series race at Pocono. There we go. Now we don't get to see that a 3rd time, Victor. You got your message across. Exactly. Exactly. This may be a tough one to answer. What do you think? Okay, Stenhouse's playoff chance, Thomas. And Ricky talked about this in the pre-race. I didn't listen to pre-race for New Hampshire, so it had to be Atlanta. I was listening on PRN. He's acknowledged, and I think he's accurate, and he's got to be better across the board. And they are better. Okay, here, let me just make this big, bold statement talking about Stenhouse and another team. Okay, 20 races into the year on points. How many of you would have Ricky with JTG Doherty Racing and Michael McDowell with Front Row Motorsports in on points? And they both are in on points. Now, Ricky has that Daytona 500 win, but Ricky on points is still in the top 16. So I think they've made a step. The problem is William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Joey Logano. Those are your top 10. I don't think they're there yet. I don't think JTG Doherty Racing is there. On certain weeks they are. The challenge with the playoffs, on certain weeks they are, and if they go up and win the race, then that's an automatic pass forward. But they need to be better than an occasional top 5 finish or a semi-occasional top 10 finish. That's not going to do that. So I think they could maybe make the second round. I don't think they go much further than that based on the performance now. Now, where they're at 7 weeks from now could be something totally different, because I think that team has really got some potential, and they're tied in. Here's the other thing. Okay, they're tied in with Hendrick Motorsports. Okay, so what happens to the dynamic, the tech dynamic, the little secret dynamic? Should Hendrick only get 2 cars in? Well, then Stenhouse becomes kind of their 3rd team in the program. Okay, and God forbid, not wishing anything bad on anybody, but what were to happen if Chase doesn't make it in, if Alex doesn't make it in? If William or Kyle struggle in that first round and Stenhouse is one of the fewer Chevys that make it forward, I think that gets interesting as well. So I don't I don't think Ricky has a long, when I say long life, I don't see the final 8. But man, the son of a gun can drive a race car and he can win a race. You make it through the first round, you get into that second round, and they go to Talladega and win that race. He's in the round of 8. So I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a big step. I don't think it's going to be a big long run into the playoffs, but I don't know. It's we'll see what happens with it. Robert, I'm not going to answer your question. No offense. I think it's a fine question. The situation, well, I'm going to answer it. The situation with Jimmy and his in-laws happened a couple of weeks ago. Legacy ain't been good all year long. Okay? So, and that's a terrible, terrible situation. And how it applies to racing is not really important. It's not. And Legacy is struggling. They are struggling. I figured Noah might struggle a little bit. I thought Eric Jones would be better than he is. They're struggling. So they've got some work to do. And we certainly wish the best for everybody out in Oklahoma as well. So yeah, so we go from there. All right, so let's get into this. Ray and Victor want to know my winner's picks. Okay, I think after a rousing 38th place finish in New Hampshire, Kyle Busch comes back and wins Pocono. In my opinion, he's good there. He's won there before. Chevys are fast. He didn't like the 38th place finish, and I think that they're going to put that 38th place finish as the blip on the radar. So I like Kyle. I'm going way out on a limb here with Martin Truex Jr., way out on a limb. And if the Fords are good, I like Kevin Harvick. Those are kind of the 3 that I'm keeping an eye on. Maybe a Chase Elliott pick as far as that goes. So Xfinity Series, John Hunter Nemechek has got it rolling. If it's not him, Cole Custer has it rolling. Truck Series, I think we're looking at I've got brain fade. Corey Heim. Corey Heim has been so good. And but in the Truck Series race, you got some guy by the name of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch. He's pretty good. And they're looking for their 100th win in the Truck Series. So maybe Kyle Busch in the trucks. And when we get to the ARCA Menard series, William Sawalek has been so close. So close. He's due a win, but Jesse Love's going to have something to say about it. So quadruple coverage on Motor Racing Network this weekend from Poconos, the Tricky Triangle. Friday night ARCA Menard series. Saturday, trucks. Saturday, we have practice and qualifying for the Cup cars. Saturday, we have the Xfinity Series, and Sunday, Pocono 400. Going to be great, great stuff, that's for sure. Can't wait to get up there. I'm going to be honest with y'all, okay? This has been a weird portion of my life, okay? My career, my life, okay? My last normal Cup race was Gateway, okay? Sonoma's a PRN race. We had Father's Day weekend off. Nashville is a PRN race. Chicago was a monsoon where we were working out of a parking lot. No problem with it. I love Chicago. I hope we go back again. I think it's great, but I didn't get to see anybody there because we were all dodging raindrops all weekend long. Atlanta was a PRN race. New Hampshire is a PRN race. We are back in business with Motor Racing Network, and I'm so ready. I think I have like 8 of the next 10 Cup races, and I can't wait to get to the racetrack. It is going to be awesome. Can't wait to get up to Pocono. Can't wait to get on pit road. Can't wait to get back into it and get rolling here. But it's been fun all throughout this, though, continuing on with our Tuesday conversations here on Circle B Diecast. We do appreciate it. All your racing diecast needs, collectibles. The Boss Man, we don't even know what's going on with the Boss Man. Okay? He bought this camper. Okay? And the reason he bought this specific camper was that it had a lot of storage in the back. Like a lot of people buy a camper so that they have another room, a separate bedroom, this, that, gold-plated showers, everything else. No. They bought this motor coach, and it's got living quarters in the front, storage in the back. They bought this for you, okay? No, I mean for the business, for the customers. They are traveling the country buying collections. And apparently they have found a collection to end all collections in Vermont, and they are loading it up as we speak and going to bring it down here, and they're going to put it on CircleBDiecast.com. You look at it under pre-owned items. There's a separate tab for it. All of those deals. I saw some stuff on there where I thought they mismarked it. I sent the boss a note. I said, hey, you got this one mismarked. He said, no, it's not mismarked. I said, you mean seriously? You're selling it for this? I said, dude, you could get double for that. He said, I know, but we're selling it for this price. So those pre-owned items, and the boss man's out buying more, batten down the hatches. He might need a bigger motor coach. He might need to get a trailer for that motor coach already. But yeah, that's what he's doing. And I really love this because him and Lana love to travel. And so they're traveling the country. Like someone will send an email and say, hey, my Aunt Bessie has a collection in Topeka, Kansas. My Aunt Bessie in Walla Walla, Washington. And they're like, well, okay, we'll be out there next week. And they jump in the motor coach and they travel and they see America and they buy the collections, they bring them back, and they give all of us great deals at Circle B Diecast. So that's what's going on here with Circle B Diecast. Great deals on the pre-owned stuff. It is phenomenal, some of the deals on there. I saw some Dale Earnhardt stuff on there. Like I said, it was Dale Earnhardt stuff. No, not the junior model. Not the junior model. And here's a bone of contention for me. I am not a big fan of calling him Dale Earnhardt Sr. We did not call him Dale Earnhardt Sr. when he was alive. We did not. We called him Dale Earnhardt. So this is Dale Earnhardt, not Dale Earnhardt Jr. And I was like, dude, Brett, you got to change this. Someone's going to buy this at this price. They're going to hold you to this price. And he's like, yeah, no, that's the price. So there's some deals on there. So keep your eye on those pre-owned sale items for sure. So there you have it. From Concord, North Carolina, remember all your diecast needs, www.circlebdiecast.com. I'm Steve Post, the Postman. Thanks for joining us this time on our Tuesday at 2 program this week.